Welcome to Ignite Module 2, and this is a special section on pattern posting. So when it comes to row flows, there are so many options available. I've literally listed for you 20 different options in your checklist that you can tick off, or variations that you can try, that I decided to separate out the pattern posting into its own special class. Again, like I said in the first main module 2, don't let all these options completely overwhelm you. They're just there to show you the level of creativity that is available to you when it comes to your own Instagram. You may decide to choose none of these. You may decide you just want a consistent look and feel for your whole Instagram, or you may decide to experiment with a row flow. And if you do, I can tell you from personal experience, it's a really great way to get in touch with your inner creativity and just really level yourself up, because it takes so much discipline and commitment to actually get a good row flow going. So for today's class, just have a look at all the different options, and I will be giving you templated presentations for each and every single one of them. So if you want to try any of them out, there is an easy to use system to actually make it possible for yourself. Pattern posting on Instagram. The first one is a checkered pattern. This one works great if you're using quotes. So for example, here you could have a picture of your business and then a quote and then a picture of your business, and you checker it up like that. Or you decide to go a black and white picture and a colored picture, however you decide to do your checkered posting. The other option is to do a cross. So you would put 4 different pictures in the corners and then similar pictures forming a cross. And again, that's completely up to you how you do this in real life. What I'm giving you is the theory behind it. And at the end of this class, I'll show you a few examples of how this looks in reality. But for now, just get an idea of, oh yeah, I think I'd like to try a cross, and think about what you would put into that pattern specifically. A focus point is a great one if you really want to make an impact. So potentially here, you may have a powerful quote or opening soon or some brand announcement that you want to make. And the rest of your page just has all its normal pictures, and then bam, right in the middle, you hit it with a focal point. Doing the diagonal to the left. So instead of posting vertically or horizontally, you post to the vertical. And there are 2 ways to do this. One is to the left and one is to the right. And instead of doing a normal 9 block here, I've extended it so that you can start to get the effect of the pattern. So the longer you do the diagonal, the more clear it is to see. I wouldn't recommend doing this for a 9 block. It'll just look like a mess. So you need to make this at least like a 12 or 15 block or even longer to get the full effect of a diagonal. So that's to the left. And then to the right is almost identical, except the diagonal is moving in that way. Maybe what you want to do is not a diagonal, but a zigzag. And this is a zigzag from left to right. And this is an example of a zigzag from right to left. So how does this look in reality? Here are a few of them that I've experimented with already, and then some of the others I added into this class because I've come up with them recently and been experimenting with them. So a checkered effect here is great, and here's for one of the accounts that I'm a co-founder of, and it's called Sobriety Time. And what we've done is we've created quotes for the checkered effect, and then the other pictures that we've used are curated content. So we didn't even have to make this content. It's just gathered from online and reposted here. Doing the diagonal. So here is an example from the Human Doing page. And this is a very clear diagonal pattern. And what I've got is 3 different categories. So one is people and their books in black and white with a red book. The second one is black and white quotes that I've written from the book. And the third are confidence tips, which are in the red dots. So this is a full combination of diagonal with quotes, with pattern posting, with different shapes, with using different apps to create this look and feel. So this is a very complicated doing the diagonal example. Here's another example of diagonal posting, and this one's slightly more subtle. So you may need to look a bit closer to realize what this diagonal is. But what it is was the diagonal that I did for spring. So it had spring flowers, gorgeous flowers that I noticed and took pictures of to help me with the moment's pause. Then it had pictures of me, so me doing something or me working. And then the third category was a Melba moment. So just a moment that was delightful and inspired or delicious or special, or a Melba moment. And that's what created that diagonal effect. This is a zigzag, and for this client, I called it a floating heart pattern. So it was a dating app, and what we wanted was to have this floating heart just weaving its way through the Instagram. And you can see that here with the arrows that I've put. So it's all normal posts, quite educational, letting people know, and then going through is this beautiful floating heart. So this is a fun one to try for a zigzag. This is a full combination. So this is for an account that I run called Rebella, Beautiful Rebel, and it's a full mix. So I've used a vertical row flow. It's also multicolored, and it is videos. So that's the type of content. So because I had so many different people who partook in the Rebella project, the videos with just a bunch of different people's faces caught mid-motion was too chaotic. So I created these covers spelling out Rebella, and I put these covers on every single video. So now when you look, it's clean and fresh. And then when you click onto a picture, there's a whole video behind it with different women speaking about different Rebella experiences. This is great if you're doing video content and you don't just want those awkward pictures of your eyes half closed like I've got on my Instagram now, if you want to make it more clean cut. So if you're doing a row flow and you're posting a video in the center, you might want to write your brand name down the center, or you might want to, write a different quote or something, and then you can pre-plan your covers, and it doesn't matter what the videos are because they all get a certain cover. That's just an example. Here's my most recent Instagram of Malva as of today. And what you'll see here is there's a sort of pattern going on, but maybe it's not obvious. You can see, oh, okay, those two flowers match, and there's me working, and there's like a 3-row, and then a 3-row, what's going on? So I'm combining different row flows within this pattern. So this is like, I'm always looking to mix it up and try different row flow patterns. So what I've done here is I'm working with a few mixed together, and how you can tell what I'm doing is I've allocated different shapes for the pictures that link to each other. So this is it as it looks. And then you will see here how it works. So I've got different row flows linking and going on all together. The reason I'm showing you this is that you can really play around and be super experimental, mixing multiple things together if you want to be really creative and play with your row flow. So here's just a fun idea. This doesn't need to overwhelm you. You don't need to understand it. You're welcome to come up with your own or use any of these templates that you've seen today, but it's really just about getting you inspired to know that there is so much that you can do with your Instagram. And finally, the idea is create your own. So if you've seen something here that inspires you, you're welcome to pick from one of my pattern posting or from any of the examples that I shared with you in the main masterclass, or create your own 9-block pattern. Or if you need something slightly bigger to show what your theme is, then you can create your own using a 12-block or 15-block. So I hope that this inspires you to think of row flows in exciting new ways. And if you come up with any that I haven't thought of already, please let me know and share on the Malva Academy Facebook page. And I will see you soon for the next class.